to say something to email, right, as if none of these people business is being sent through email? How can you request to make a fight happen if you don't email the request? What do you think? You gonna go to Mexico and knock on Mauricio's door? Yeah, that's what they do. No, that's what they be thinking. The people. That's what I'm saying is when you fool the people, but you can't fool everybody, man, with that bullshit. You saw where it said Teofimo request to become franchise champ if he wins. If he wins. Listen, that meant if he wins, then Devin wouldn't have action at saying nothing to him. You know what I mean? Like he was trying to bait this, trying to get in this protection program that where the people won't say, well, why are you fighting Devin? And I'm like, that's some crazy shit. Because the people's already saying it. And then one of the things that Tank said the other day is like, I ain't never heard Devin call me out. I'm like, what planet has Tank been on? Is that the real Tank? Will the real Tank come out? He's been gone to, you know, if he don't know that Devin ain't called him out, right? And for Max Kellerman and fucking Joe Tessitore to say that they would really want to see a Kambosos fight, or that they should push a Kambosos fight before a Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight, man, come on, man.
Obviously, what Tio did, he ordered witness protection ahead of time. But that being said, what's your thoughts on Tank? He came out and said he will die before he quit responding to the doghouse sparring with your son. What was your take on his comments? He said, I'll put my money on it.
Well, he would have died that night.
Man, that's cold. The way you going, at the path and the rate you going, you're going to be a money made in no time. Because, like I said, if you're making twice as Tio against Gamboa, that's shocking to hear, even to the fans.
More than double. More than double what Teofimo made. More than double.
What's your take on Gervonta claiming that your car is not paid for?
Y'all see what I just got? The new car I just got paid in cash. So what can he say?
When it comes to Gervonta, he's looking to fight Ryan. Do you ever see yourself fighting Gervonta at some point? Do you think that fight will happen? Because it's a lot of doubt.
I think at one point in life it'll happen. Hopefully, you know, I want to speak these things into existence. I can't be going into this stuff negative and say it because, you know, you never know what may happen. So yeah, I think so. I think we'll fight. Yeah.
You also been beefing back and forth with Gervonta. What's all that about?
Man, it's the lightweight division, man. It's hot. Everybody want to fight each other. Well, I think everybody want to fight each other. I want to fight everybody. So it just, you know, it just come out on the internet. But it's real though with me. I really want to make these fights happen. I'm not here to just have internet beefs and, you know, just stir stuff up. I really want to make these fights happen. They let me rob the bank. That's all they doing. They just making it easier and easier. They setting it up. They setting the cameras. They moving the cameras around. They moving the security guards. And they letting me just go in there and rob the bank. That's what it seemed like.
How did you choose Lomachenko? Because
I did not choose him. He requested. Canelo requested. So we sent out a vote and we analyzed his history.
Ooh, Canelo and Lomachenko requested?
Absolutely.
Ooh, you just made headlines.
Lomachenko.
You just made headlines.
Lomachenko, top rank, requested. And let me tell you, we analyzed the request. Top of the top.
Define the franchise belt. Can you define it?
The franchise is not a belt. It's not a championship. It's a designation given to elite, unique fighters who carry the industry of the sport of boxing. Canelo Alvarez and Lomachenko are two sensational fighters who carry the industry.
Ask Cameron Duncan, do Top Rank have like columns of fighters, and they say, we don't want this guy fighting the black fighter, we don't want this fighter fighting the Mexican fighter, and so on and so forth?
You're gonna get into the racial stuff, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm asking.
that's a theory there by the greatest matchmaker, probably, in my opinion, ever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to mention his name either, but you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
And he used to have a thing up on his board, NBF, no black fighters.
Uh-huh.
And when I was taught to bring up a fighter, you know, and again, it's just, he used to say to me, you can go anywhere in the country. And I'm going to leave it at this. I don't want to go into a long discussion because people are people in God's eyes, and we're all the same. He used to say to me, you can go anywhere into a city in America or anywhere in the world and ask a white guy, and he didn't say any other, he didn't say anything about Hispanic, anything. Ask a white guy to throw a jab, and half of them are going to turn backwards and throw it like a girl and everything. Ask any black man on a street corner in any city in the world, and they will snap out a jab in a heartbeat. And I used to laugh. He said, they're just more physically gifted. And he said, and so they have speed, and better to stay away from them. Nothing personal. So I said, okay. And I've lived by that. And, you know, I don't want to sound like some weird guy, but, you know, you're trying to be safe with your guys. And so, yeah, there is a thing about that, you know, but not in a bad way, in a very respectful way, you know, to be careful. So that's all.
The masked man even said they doing that to protect them.
Right.
Somebody beat them, but they don't get a belt.
There you go.
The franchise belt is protect them from the big black guys.
So you would favor Devin Haney to beat Vasily Lomachenko?
And with the fighter, I'm only going to put him in a fight that I believe that he can win, right? So I don't know how to answer that question.
Did you say you would only put your fighter in a position where, in a fight where he can win?
Where I believe he could win. Yeah, I don't put a fighter in where he has no chance and he's just in there for a payday for me and him. I don't do that.
So is it more about how you...
I don't put a fight out. That, again, goes back to Leonard Ellaby. What he was trying to say. It's risk-reward.
Right. So if you were in a situation where you felt like, I'm going to just use hypotheticals. If you thought that Devin Haney was a bad matchup for Teofimo Lopez, in essence, you wouldn't make that fight because you didn't want to put Teofimo in a situation where you felt like he couldn't win. Is that what I'm hearing?
Only if, I mean, you sometimes make a fight because if let's say the fighter has a 40% chance of winning. So he's like, in your mind, an underdog. If the reward is great, you make that fight. It's risk-reward.
Ahí está, ¿eh? told you, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Bungle fight. Thanking you.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.